So why exactly have I not posted on YouTube very much over the last couple of years? People ask me that all the time, but then I realized it's because I've already won the game, and I want to help you win the game too.
Taking care of yourself doesn't mean you don't work with intensity. It's about taking time to refuel, recharge, and be at your best.
So the hero bullshit entrepreneurship of like, I must grind myself down, I'm a hero, working super hard, I'm doing it right. And it's such bullshit, and it's such a toxic aspect of all work, and I hate it. And there is no quicker way to hate a thing you love than to work on it like that. Because people do that because the world says, good for you, get the grind on. You know what I mean? Well, it's your thing, it's yours, pour yourself into it. You're like, no, don't. What you should do is start with enough capital that you can hire people to work with you, pay them properly, and then work in a healthy manner. Enjoy life. You can build this thing. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for this.
And how often are we, Jeff, wearing workaholism as a badge of honor? A way to reassure people that we are a good person, even if the person that you're just trying to reassure is yourself.
Friday, March 3rd, 2017. I'm 32 years old and I write this. Over these last few weeks, as I've thought about, began preparing for the future of my life and pumped for what's in store. One thing I've realized without a doubt is that I've spent too much time waiting around and hoping things happen and not enough doing. I'm going to work extremely hard in this next phase of my life and I'm excited to see where it takes me. So for the next 2.5 years, I worked my tail off and built my business as strong as I possibly could while having a very small little infant around my house. Thursday, November 28th, 2019, I'm getting close to being almost 35 years old. I wrote, I'm finally realizing the importance of creating systems for my business. I'm realizing that so much of my business has been relying so heavily on me, and it's a terrible method and it's actually no fun. I need to build systems and I'm working hard on that.
Because you know what you do, you know how to do it. How do you transfer that to someone else? How do you make a business turnkey? Because that's what scaled a company, is by being able to duplicate your process. And that's why systems are in place. Because if the systems are in place, if the foundation is set, then you start building the rest of the house, and then all people have to do is just walk in.
You see, I very quickly started to realize that the most important thing I could do was build for a future with my businesses that didn't need to rely on me, because if everything relied fully on me, well, then I would never, ever be able to stop working. Just about a year later, Monday, August 24th, 2020, I am now 35 years old. It was my goal from day one to have more flexibility in my schedule, and yet I realized that day by day, I'm tied to my calendar and my clients, and I'm not always enjoying what I'm doing. I have the power to change that, and I'm wondering if I should. Just about 1 year later, Saturday, May 29th, 2021, I am now 36 years old. Priorities, where do I want my time? I'd be lying if I said that over the last 6 to 9 months that my desire has not been about making money more than actually doing what I truly enjoy. As I think about the last 1 to 2 years, I realize more times than not, I've been putting aside things I enjoy and things that give me fulfillment in exchange for things that make me money and keep me busy. I honestly believe there's nothing wrong with making money at all, but I think I need to work on what I do with my time and be content with the potential loss of money that can mean. If you're watching this right now and you are newly married, or maybe you just recently had your first child and you have young children, whatever it is, you'll understand what I mean when I say, obviously, everything changes when you have kids. Everything changes when you get married, honestly. But what truly changed for me was just the reality that there's so much more than just chasing work and chasing money. So don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with making a lot of money, and I love making money and I love working hard to make money. But I also made enough money in the time that I've been hustling that when I look back at what I said I wanted to accomplish, I've already accomplished everything that I said I wanted to accomplish. So the question I started asking myself was, well, if I already accomplished everything I was looking to accomplish, what am I still chasing so hard after? I'm facing the actual reality now that if my daughter moves away at 18 years old, let's just say, half of her time with me is already gone in this household. Like, that's insane for me to think. When I started making content on this YouTube channel, the idea was to build brand and to be able to document the work that I was doing and to be able to inspire other people to do the same. And that's what I want to continue to do on this channel. But I really realize there's also a lot more that I hope I can inspire you to do. and it's actually to win the game like I feel like I have. I'm still working very hard to keep the clients that I have happy. I'm still working very hard to keep employees happy. I'm still working hard to continue to build my business, but my priorities have changed a bit. So for these last couple of years, I've struggled to figure out what I want to put on this channel, because I feel like, well, if you followed me at the beginning because I was this entrepreneur and you wanted to see what it was like to get success and how to build it, well, maybe this won't be that intriguing to you. But then I realized, you know what? That's far from the truth. Because unfortunately, in my eyes, there are far too many entrepreneurs and people preaching hustle, 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 hustle. And I don't believe that that's the only way things should or can be. And I hope that's what this channel can actually turn into, a place where you can look to me for advice on how to be extremely efficient and smart with the work that you do, so that you can actually enjoy your life more. You'll notice at the top of my YouTube page now it says work smarter, live balanced. What does that mean? It means I believe that if you are more efficient with the work you do and you are smarter in the decisions you make, knowing what your end goal is, that you can live a more balanced life. Some of you may right now be in the thick of the hustle, hustle, hustle culture, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Especially depending on what phase of your life you're in, I can totally understand why that's actually also a very important stage. But now I'm almost 40 years old, and the best advice I could give you is what advice I gave myself many years ago, and that was, if I want to live a life that I truly enjoy and that I can step back from and be able to spend time with those that I love and not feel guilty about it, I need to put in place the things that will allow me to do that. I want to encourage you today to not just think about how you're building a successful business, but how you're building a life that you love.